Oh my god, yes. I'm trying a new tea, by the way. This is this is mango and passion fruit, and it tastes the bomb. Like, I didn't have honey. When I have green tea, I like putting honey in there because it just makes me feel like I'm not a fat mess. But I put sugar in there and it's just so nice. I hate slurpy mouth sounds, so I'm not gonna put those slurpy mouth sounds of me drinking my tea in this video. Hey everyone, it's Sin. Oh my lord. You know what? I hate having hair. Shall I just go bald? Genuinely want to go bald now. Today I'm going to be doing a video that I had so many ideas for. Firstly, I wanted to make a video on exam stress at university. Then I was like, should I make it on university stress with exams and assignments and friendships? Then I was just like, should I talk about my anxiety at university? And then I was like, you know what? Let's just talk about mental health and university and how those two combine and how they discombine. Let's just talk about that. I've split it into 3 topics: anxiety, stress, and depression. Ultimately, both stress and anxiety can lead to depression here at university. The first thing I'm going to talk about is anxiety. This is a weird one for me because I'm quite confident in what I do here on YouTube, for example, but what you guys don't remember is that I'm essentially talking to my camera right now. I'm not talking to a person. That makes me feel way less anxious in a way, but I've still got like clammy hands. I have clammy hands all the time. I have very high levels of social anxiety, you guys. I didn't really realise it until I came to university. Sometimes I'll walk into lecture and even just trying to find a seat and looking at all the sea of faces looking back at you, I feel anxious and I'm like, fuck, like, where do I sit? Oh, everyone's watching me. That's an example. Joining kind of societies, putting myself out of my comfort zone, and literally like the other day I looked in the mirror at myself and I was like, suck it up. Just go and say hello to someone. Don't hide away. I've been trying that a lot more recently. Like, I'll go into a lecture, before the lecture starts I'll talk to someone. It'll be the randomest thing. Like, I think it was a few weeks ago, there was a revision lecture on and there was a girl next to me talking to her friend about her placement, and I was like, sorry to eavesdrop, but is it eavesdrop? Eavesdrop? How am I at university? I was like, sorry for listening, but I've got a placement this summer. Yeah, how cool is that? And we spoke about that, and that was something that we bonded over. And it's just little things like that, like putting yourself out of your comfort zone. Find a way to communicate with people where you're in your comfort zone kind of, but you're not. And my friend Ifra taught me this. I'm going to be mentioning her a lot because she's one of my closest friends here at university. Literally, the way I dealt with being socially anxious was to make another socially anxious friend. So me and Ifra are both just anxious messes, but together we're confident. You form friendships here at university with people that are like-minded and are dealing with the same kind of things. So yeah, make an anxious friend. Along with the whole society thing though, I think going to different events, like at my university they were really good with events. There was a whole load of things for different people. Like, you didn't have to drink to have fun and to make friends. So the second thing I'm going to move on to is stress at university and how to deal with stress at university. Even the tiniest things can stress me. Like, right now I'm filming, but in the back of my mind I'm like, crap, I've got this much work to do. And it's funny because there's a guy in my tutor group, he stresses a lot as well, and he actually told me that he's literally been on a night out when he stood in like a club and he's just thought, I've got so much work to do, why am I here? And it was funny at the time, but it's actually very worrying. It's worrying that we're stressed to that kind of level where we can't enjoy ourselves. We want to enjoy ourselves however we want to enjoy ourselves because we're constantly stressing, and it's like an indirect unconscious stress in my mind. And obviously that comes from my workload, that comes from exam stress, but another thing that stressed me out way too much was societies, and that was my own fault. I put so much of a burden on my head with societies because I joined so many, and that's why I think it's kind of unhealthy mentally when people are like, do everything at university, like it's your one shot, make sure you try everything. No, realistically you're here for 3 or 4 years. You can take your time. I know I'm going to be in university for a long time. I've got ages and I forgot that I'm going to be here for pretty much like 7 or 8 years. Yeah, I'm going to be here for a long time, so I can take my time with societies. It stressed me the heck out to the point where I paid for a load of societies. There's a friggin' bee outside my window. I think it's a sunflower jug. I've got a sunflower jug by my window and there's just insects coming towards me nowadays. But it's come to a point where I've just wasted money on a load of societies that I don't even attend because I'm too stressed to go to all of them. And you can't physically and mentally go to all of them, prepare for all of them every week, especially if it's a full-time commitment. In terms of stress, for me, it was planning and planning efficiently. So I can make a whole video on it, but organizing your time at university, I actually got one of the university books. So it'll be something like this. So I kind of list all the things that I've got to do, like my exams and assignment deadlines are in like these bubbles, and once I do something, The lighting just wants to be doing all sorts now. Once I do something, I'll highlight it off, and I just plan my week like that. Like, I plan when I do things. I'd know in advance if I had like another commitment on. That way I could plan my work around it and make sure I met deadlines on time. Things take time, and doing an assignment will take like a week sometimes. It will take 2 weeks. It's a process. University is a process. University work is a process. But obviously I can make a whole other video on that. What I wanted you guys to gauge from that is just take everything one step at a time, with work, with exams, with assignment. Another thing that I think is important with dealing with stress at university is having friends of the same mindset as you. What I mean by this is, if you're going to have friends who don't really give a crap about work, who don't really care, who don't mind if they fail, we're just here for fun and to go out, that's probably not the best type of friendship to have. You still want to have friends that want to work, who want to study, and who want to be successful. And I think surrounding yourself with that positivity and that positive mindset is something that can de-stress you so much. The last kind of point to help deal with stress is to just take care of yourself. At university, it's so easy to lose track of yourself, to not really care about your physical well-being as well as your mental well-being. Make sure you're eating well, you're spending enough time sleeping and not working all the time. There'd be times when I'd be up like crazy hours in the morning, like 3 a.m. still working. Don't do that. Don't be neurotic like I am sometimes. Even things like reading, like I love to read. I read a lot, but coming to university I stopped reading. I was constantly reading textbooks and papers and articles for exams and assignments. I'm reading Mrs. Dalloway, and then because I was reading it, I thought, you know what, I'll use it for an assignment. Reading for fun and reading for enjoyment can actually benefit your studies. And the last point I want to touch on is depression at university, and this is a big one, and one that can cause people to drop out of university, and really they just need to take care of their mental health. And it's easy to say that. I know it's easy to say that, but it's hard to do it. And this is kind of some ways that I dealt with depression in my first year. So the main thing I did was I took myself out of the whole university environment. Ugh. My voice. I genuinely took myself out of university. I just relaxed with my family. I spent time with them. I spent time with my friends. An important thing is to reach out to your friends and family. For me, it's really difficult to reach out to old friends and to reach out to friends in general and be like, hey, do you want to come over? Do you want to go to the cinema? Do you want to do this? Like, I did that. I reached out to Ifra. We had a meal together and then we revised together. Like, doing small things like that. Just taking yourself out of your comfort zone, inviting friends over, going out, just not thinking about university for a good while. And take as long as you need, because sometimes university can be mentally draining and physically draining, and you just need to say to yourself, you know, I need a little bit of a break. So just by taking myself out of the situation, I was able to breathe. I wasn't too stressed, and I thought, you know what, I can just come back to it when I'm ready. Because if you're going to be in a bad, negative mental mindset, there's no way that you're going to revise efficiently, you're going to do well in your exams until you let yourself breathe and let go of that negativity and be positive again. So do take time. If you don't want to talk to friends or family, have conversations with yourself. If you believe in God, have conversations with God. Spend time with you. I feel like in the rush of university life, during exams and everything, you just don't remember yourself, and that's really sad, and you need to think about yourself and put yourself first. So I probably missed out a lot of things and didn't cover everything. I hope that was useful to some of you guys who are at university, who are going to university. Just remember to take care of yourselves, both physically and mentally. Don't think that university is the be all and end all, because it really isn't. But I hope you are all doing well. If you aren't feeling too great, you can talk to me down in the comments. I will catch you next Friday at 7 p.m. for a brand new video. Bye! I'm gonna drink my tea now, because I always make tea with videos, never drink them, and they go cold and it's a waste of money. So I'm gonna drink my tea. I hate slurpy mouth sounds.